Okay, I think I'm ready. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Morning Motivator. Janet Legere here. I am just having the best day ever. I don't know about you guys. You're in Saskatchewan. Okay. You're for some reason the flags are not always perfect. So not sure whereabouts in Saskatchewan, but it's telling me you're in Edmonton. But your son's in Calgary. Well, that's pretty cool. But even Saskatchewan, like we're neighbors. That's pretty cool. What part of Saskatchewan are you in, Sandy? I didn't realize you were Canadian, believe it or not. I've just been so focused on everything. I don't know how I missed that. Whoa, okay. How's everyone doing on this fantastic Friday? It really is a really, really, really fantastic day. It really is. School being out has me all confused. I thought today was Saturday. Oh, that's funny, Mary. Oh, great to see everybody here. Are you having a fantastic day? You know that the kind of day that you have is really your choice, right? Regardless of what's happening, you choose the kind of day you're having. Not me, not, yeah, it's your choice. It's always your choice. You can feel great or not. You can wake up and maybe your body isn't feeling amazing. And guess what? You can still feel great. I spent about 3.5 years, well, it was longer than that. In 1998, I hurt my back. My cousin fell on me at a wedding. He's a big boy. And it threw my back out. And I mean, I took care of it right away. I had chiropractic adjustments. I did everything I needed to do, but he had actually done some damage. And it was years later that it really manifested. But my back hurt all the time. And Don never really knew me without a sore back. And a few years after, no, it was after I broke my ankle, I developed sciatica. And I don't know if anyone has ever felt the pain of sciatica. I suffered with it for 3.5 years. And I remember my doctor saying, well, it usually takes about a year to settle in. And oh boy, there was no settling in. It was just horrible. And Don can tell you that for the most part, though I had my moments, for the most part, I was happy. And I got to tell you that there wasn't a day went by that Don didn't make me laugh. And I did find that that helped. And in time, it got better. Everything got better. Tamara says, I woke up feeling ugh, wanted to stay in bed. I got up anyways, took a shower, feel so much better and alive. And it's just, if you wake up feeling ugh, here's a little secret for you, okay? You do the tools to life thing. First of all, you stop and say, I feel ugh. No, I don't. I feel great. How I feel is my decision. And you go on a rampage of gratitude before you even get out of bed. Just think about all the things you're grateful for. Well, number one, you woke up. Hello. Yes, I get another chance at this today. I get to do it even better. I get to be better. I get to think better. I get to practice more. I get to experience more things, because isn't that why we're here? We're here to experience this physical experience we're having. That's why we're here. Fantastic Friday. I don't know if you guys are Doctor Who fans, but I love that little clip on Fantastic, because he's in these dire situations that there's no way out, and he's thinking it's fantastic. What an experience. This is one thing that Doctor Who knows, is that there is no end. He's a Time Lord. And when his end comes, it doesn't really end. There's another Doctor Who emerges. It's really quite a fantastic idea, to be honest with you. And it fits in with everything we do here, because it's just fantastic. To the fantastic mental illness of rationalism. I love this quote. Hard facts are regrettable things. And to talk about them is to create them. Esther and Abraham talk a lot about, Abraham talks about our need to make sure everybody knows about the history, and our need to make sure that everybody repeats the story of how bad it was. and the total opposite is true. We need to be aware of the history and find the good in all of the history, because out of all of that, good has come, correct? Would you guys not believe we are on the leading edge of everything, that it has never been as good as it is right now? Now, that doesn't mean there aren't things going on in the world that aren't good. There's lots of things going on in the world that aren't good. And there's a lot of things going on in the world that are good. So what are you focused on? What are you talking about? What are you thinking about? What are you discussing with your friends and your neighbors? Are you discussing the ills of the world? Or are you discussing how amazing it is that you have seen a shift? That you're starting to experience a shift, that you're seeing more and more people that are really thinking outside the box and thinking on purpose and really starting to get this. Yesterday, we've been reading TNT, The Power Within You, How to Release the Forces Inside You to Get What You Want by Claude M. Brissell. We are on chapter 4, page 63, but I just want to read on page 62, the first paragraph at the top of the page. I feel the need to repeat this because I think it is a very important paragraph. So I'm going to read it. I'd like us to discuss it a bit. I want your feelings about this, okay? So think about this. Never for one moment forget this. Life is an individual proposition. No matter how much you may wish at times to shift responsibility for your thoughts and actions to others, or to escape from the consequences of certain experiences in which you've become involved, you are living in a world of cause and effect. A world in which nothing happens by accident, and you, yourself, set up the causes by your own thinking, good or bad, for the things that happen to you. Do we get that? It's all about accepting 100% responsibility of where you are right now and how you can get to wherever you want to get. That's the biggest part of this, right? You, yourself, set up the causes by your own thinking, good or bad, for the things that happen to you. Prepare yourself to face anything. About 3/4 of the page on page 63. Prepare yourself to face anything. So how do you feel about that, about accepting full responsibility for where you are right now? I know that some people really have a hard time with that. They have a hard time thinking, how am I responsible for my ex who's an idiot, or my ex who causes me nothing but problems, or my family member who I can't get to see the light of day. My goodness, they drive me crazy. They're just so negative. They just talk, and I just, no matter what I tell them, no matter how much I present it to them, they just don't get it. Oh, jeez. Oh, that boss. Geez, I hate working for that boss. He just doesn't listen to anything I say. It's so tension. There's so much tension. My parents drive me crazy. My husband drives me crazy. My wife drives me crazy. I don't know. Does anyone drive you crazy? Does anything out there aggravate you? Do you get upset because someone doesn't do something the way you think they should do it? Or do you enjoy the experience instead and understand that everybody is on their own journey? And win or lose, it's all about the journey. Mary says, the day I accepted it was like weight had been lifted. Oh, in a big way, Mary. In a very big way. And do you know why? Mike says it's the first step towards improving your situation. That's right. But do you know why it was a big weight lifted? Because when you recognize that you are responsible for everything you're experiencing, everything. You are responsible for every thought in your mind. Doesn't it make sense that you can then choose thoughts consciously, that you can consciously think about what you want? You can consciously think happy thoughts. You can look around the room and you can get things like smile. Them up all over your house, smile, or better still, I can have a whole bunch of them here. Let me see, I love these ones. Okay, here. If you forget, put stickers up like this around your house. Janet says, I need to feel good. How about Janet says, I need to think better thoughts. Janet says, have fun. Be happy. It's a choice. It's a choice. And the more that you remember that life really is good, you really were meant to have fun, you really were meant to experience joy. Seriously, joy. Joy. Doesn't that feel better? It feels better to me. I want you guys to spend this weekend being very conscious on how you are responding to situations. Are you reacting in a negative way? If you are, catch yourself and think, well, that's interesting. Don't beat yourself up, please. Anybody here on the blame game for yourself? I mean, that is what happens. Sometimes you accept responsibility, so you go on the blame game of yourself. It's my fault. Accepting responsibility is not laying blame. It's not anybody's fault. Do you know the difference? There's a big difference between fault, blame, and taking responsibility. When you take responsibility, you can change anything. I blame me for blaming others. That's hilarious, Claudia. Page 63, about 3/4 of the way, just under prepare yourself to face anything. So take stock of yourself. We are living, as you know, in a terrific age, an amazing age. And this is 1954, guys, 60 years ago. To many whose minds are unprepared, it is a bewildering, frightening age. The tempo of life and developments is increasing at a rapid rate. Things are unfolding almost too fast for the mind of man to grasp. More and more earth-shaking developments are on the way. Much that was considered impossible a few years ago has already been accomplished. Anything may happen from now on, and probably will. You must train yourself to be mentally alert, to maintain an open mind, to make contact with your creative power within, so you can adapt yourself to the changes that are coming. So you will have the insight, the understanding, and the courage to meet them. You must train yourself to be mentally alert. That's what we're working on here. Do you really get that? Conscious living. Abraham talks about it a lot. He talks about meditating and that really you only need to meditate for 15 minutes. That it is better to choose to consciously think. You must learn how to perceive the truth, to accept what appeals to your past experience, your reason and your intuition, and to reserve judgment on all things with which you are unfamiliar, until you can prove them out or test them in your own life. It's not enough for you to learn the laws of mind. You must learn how to use your mind in accordance with these laws. You've heard the old adage, faith without works is dead. You must work with yourself if you would develop the creative power within so it can do what it has done and is doing for others. The fortunate men and women of the world are those who know how to visualize, how to eliminate their fears and worries, how to remain inwardly calm and poised no matter what the circumstances, how to assume a positive mental attitude, and how to retain emotional stability under pressure. Do you get that? I don't know that they're fortunate. I believe that we all have the ability to do this, to practice visualization. That's what we've been doing with our goals and having you write your stories and having you read them out loud and having you practice and having you talk it out and having you just think differently. I don't know, it's being fortunate. It's about consciously making those decisions, saying, all right, well, here's what I want. And, you know, some of you say, well, I don't really know what I want, so pick something. My daughter has, in her book, Be That Girl, here it is, and she also has Be That Mom. In chapter 2, Plan It, Do It, she goes through a 5-year plan, how to create a 5-year plan. What are some of the things you like to do? And she even gives you examples. So it would be easy to write a story if you don't know how to write one. You know, how does this feel like as you go through them? Does it feel good? In relationships, in travel, career, money, self, things. You just go through and pick things that sound right. If you write a story about it and you say that story out loud enough and you attach some feeling to it, it will become real, you know. Do you know that? I want to know if you guys actually really know that. That if you write a make-believe story, because you know the reality is your brain doesn't know the difference. So if you write a make-believe story and you say it out loud enough, you need to read it out loud. Read it out loud. Read it to yourself. Just read it and put some feeling to it. Make believe, right? Get into it. Really get into it. Pretend you're acting. Pretend you're acting. That's what Tools to Life did for me. We wrote a story. We acted it out, and it took days to put it all together, and then I had to read it into a tape recorder and listen to it every day. You have to write out your story. You have to consciously live. This should be your great goal in life, to realize a like attainment. It will be your only guidance and protection in this fast-moving world of today. Abandon all limited thinking. Yeah, Claudia, of course you remember. And wasn't that powerful? I mean, I did Tools to Life offline. I received a PDF report once a week that I had to print off, read, do the exercises. It was a 50-page report. There were exercises every day, just like online. And we had to write a story, and I had to record it in a tape recorder or take it with me every day in my car as I was going to work and listen to it every day. It was really amazing to listen to your own voice. Abandon all limited thinking. Are you guys really, really ready for that? Say yes. Regardless of where you are in life right now, are you ready to abandon all limited thinking? Oh, that's funny, Tamara. Maybe that's my challenge too. I like listening to myself too much. That's why I do these calls. I get to talk all day. More than ready. I love that. Yes, you guys are ready, 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 ready to abandon limited thinking. Good, good. All right, it's a choice to abandon limited thinking, to release judgment. That's the biggest thing. We have so much judgment. Prepare your mind now by putting aside all narrow and limited thinking. Never say again that anything is impossible, no matter how impossible it may seem at the moment. Don't restrict and shackle your mind by small and prejudiced thinking. Free your consciousness of feelings of resentment, antagonism, hate, and like emotional reactions toward others. This kind of thought is keeping you from thinking straight, from getting the right perspective toward others and yourself. They are holding you back from progress, preventing you, your creative power, from working through you. You can overcome the effects that wrong thinking has had upon you. But to do this, you must gain emotional control. You must learn how to relax your physical body, how to make your conscious mind passive, and how to place the right pictures of what you desire in your mind. How to place the right pictures of what you desire in your mind. You must learn how to release the hold that past mistakes, now stored in consciousness, have upon you. Since like attracts like, tap, tap, tap. I'm repeating this again. Good attracts good, and bad attracts bad. It's as simple as that, but you can't straighten yourself out without facing your past. Men and women say to me, but I'm trying to forget my past. Alas, the mind doesn't operate that way. What it takes into consciousness, it hangs on to, unless you, through an act of recognition, resolution, and will, change the picture. or let go of it? How often do you let yourself be upset about something someone does or says? You store the picture of each incident and feeling in mind. When you think of this person, you call up the same feelings against him until you have overcome them. If you don't change them, they exist as irritations in consciousness. Irritations eventually find their reflection in some disturbed body condition or illness or an unhappy human experience. Do you get that? If you're thinking bad thoughts about somebody else or something else, that is going to create a negative energy in you and going to create dis-ease somewhere. Do you want to permit these past irritations to attract similar disturbances in your future? Then get busy and eliminate them from your consciousness. Stop kidding yourself. You will have to do your own analyzing. You know yourself better than any close friend or relative can ever know you. You may have been able to mask your real feelings and thoughts from others, but you can tell, deep down within, what you really think and feel about anything or anybody. If these thoughts and feelings are not good, get busy and make them good. Forgive others for what they've done to you. Assume your share of the blame. Don't hold any resentments or grudges or hates. They're poisoning your mind and your body, upsetting the chemistry of your physical organism, making you susceptible to all manner of possible diseases and illnesses. Doctors now attribute such afflictions as arthritis, rheumatism, shingles, some forms of epilepsy, and many other illnesses to nervous and emotional disturbances. It's often been found that many who have cancer can retard its progress if they can control their emotions and maintain an optimistic, fearless attitude toward it. This is 1954, guys. It's the same thing that Louise Hay talks about in You Can Heal Your Life. It's the same thing. Your thoughts can heal your body. That something in mind has unlimited power to overcome, to heal, to create, to attract, once you learn how to use it. The development of this power is up to you. Are you willing to put forth the effort? If you are, go with me from chapter to chapter, studying and applying, studying and applying. And when we reach the end of this journey together, you will have the answer to your problems and will be your own successful, on your own successful, happy way alone. 1954 is the year I was born. 60 years ago this book came out. And the message here is even more profound today. On Monday, we're going to start talking about how to create mind pictures. Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if you will ever dig. It's an ancient saying. Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if thou wilt ever dig. So let's talk a bit about this, about accepting responsibility, number one, and letting go of all those resentments. When you feel that anger bubbling up because someone has done something that was not right to you. We make judgments about others' behaviors. We get upset with others, and we have to, and that's still going to happen because we're human beings. Hello, guys. You're not perfect, okay? You're not Gandhi and you're not Eckhart Tolle, although that's what we're working toward, right? We are working toward being that perfect being that simply looks at others as this experience. Everyone is on their own path. Everyone has their own experience. And when their experience isn't in alignment with you, Here's what I'm going to suggest that you do. Number one, you're going to smile. You're going to remind yourself that life is good. You're just going to be happy because whatever's going on with that other person has nothing to do with you. And if there's something you need to deal with, you will. Tamara says going through that issue and just staying away from that person. But the thought is still there when I see this person. Time to change that today. So did you get that, Tamara? That it's because you keep thinking about that person in a way that isn't healthy. And so what you need to do is, number one, detach and relax. And number two, tell a different story about that person. Go on a rampage of appreciation. Get out your book of positive aspects. Here it is. Here's my book of positive aspects. And start a page for that person. Write their name down, Tamara. Okay, this is an exercise I want you to do. It's in the book, by the way. See, you guys aren't playing the games. You're going to get out the book of positive aspects. You're going to write that person's name at the top of the page, and you're going to go and you're going to write down as many good things as you can think of that person. Whether it's just that they have nice eyes, they have nice hair, they have good, they dress well. I don't care. You're going to find a list of things that you can like about that person. Okay, Tamara? You game? All right, it is Friday. This is Reader's Choice. What would you guys like to meditate to today? So are you game, Tamara? Are you going to do that? I'm going to call you on it. You know that, right? You have to commit to do so. You write their name down. In fact, do it right now. The meditation will help you that we do today, whatever we do, as you guys know. Money again. I'm going to figure out how to get some of these Marshall silver ones up here so you guys can listen to them. Yeah, Claudia would like to listen to some Lori Granger. Anyone else? Physical well-being. Lori. Let me see if my site will come up. Let me see what I have here for Lori. Lori Granger is very relaxing, and it will help you just get into that state of well-being, that state of happy. You just got to focus on her words. It's just like listening to Esther and Abraham. She has an amazing voice. The music is wonderful. It's very relaxing. So let me see what I have here, and you guys can pick. Okay, I'm just letting my site load. All right, so we have sitting with breath. You guys let me know which one you want. Sitting with breath, let go, or be present. Sitting with breath, let go, or be present. Maybe let go is the one we need to do today, since Tamara needs to let go. Yeah, look at that. But Tamara, you need to let go, right? Yeah, that's what has to happen here is you need to let go. Being present is actually pretty awesome. Maybe we'll do that one next week. But let me grab the link here. Hang on, guys. And look, we're right at the perfect time to do this. There you go. Sandy's going to be there as your cheerleader. You've got all of us here cheering you on, Tamara. We all cheer each other on. That's what this is. So Friday is so important. Would you guys agree? That meeting here Monday to Friday is, okay, I'm not supposed to bring that up until I'm ready to play it. So I'm just going to exit until we're ready to play it. All right. Because it starts playing even though I pause it, all right? Yeah, this is a great way to start the weekend. We're going to relax. Now, this is a very different meditation, a little different than Esther, but wonderful, okay? So if you've never done Lori Granger before, she's going to tell you to get comfortable, be relaxed, but not so you're going to fall asleep. So your body just needs to be sitting in your chair, your feet flat on the floor, your hands on your legs. Maybe you want to sit on the floor, but just get comfortable. And we're going to bring up Lori Granger. Let go. Just listen to her instructions, and I'll meet you back here in 15 minutes.
Centering ourselves in our posture of stillness and adjusting our spine to be upright and dignified. Letting the eyelids slowly come down and entering the sweet darkness of our comfortable internal space. We will be allowing a number of belly breaths to help us drop into a deep meditative state where we can let go of what may be keeping us stuck in our lives. And so, with feet planted on the ground and the body stable and settled in silence, place your right hand on the belly and breathe in slowly, allowing the belly to inflate on the in-breath and deflate on the out-breath. Breathe so that the hand rises as the belly rises and falls as the breath leaves the body. Now, bring your awareness to your lips and allow this next exhalation to leave the body through the lips with a slow, gentle, measured blow. Coming all the way down to the bottom of the breath. And just try this a few times. Breathe in, belly expanding on the in-breath.
Great to have you with us, Robin. And yes, we have done it before many times. And one of Steve's favorite, I know when he used to do the Tuesday calls, Lori Granger's pretty awesome. Feels good, doesn't it? Just feels good. Just let go. Just, yeah. Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing? Just like you guys. You guys are amazing. Well, you go and have an amazing weekend. Yeah, that's right, Claudia. You can think of something different to let go each time. You just let things go and they fly off with little balloons and off they go. Way up in the air. Oh, isn't that wonderful? It just feels so good, doesn't it? Well, you guys have been awesome. I'm going to bring up a video here. Let me think. I think this is a really good weekend. This is good time to... Let me think. What are we going to play? Bear with me, guys. I have a lot of videos up here, so everything is kind of out of whack. There it is. Okay, so make today the best day of your life. Have a great weekend. Come to our call tomorrow if you can. See you on Monday. Love you guys.